The question is that the House take note of the petition. I call the member for Orange.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, I welcome to the gallery today representatives of the NRMA, Sam Giddings, NRMA's Group Head of Government Relations, Dimitra Velamitros, I hope I got that right, NRMA's Road Safety Expert, and Rob Giltonen, NRMA's Group Director of Policy and Public Affairs. And I thank Mr Giddings in particular for initiating this important ePetition in November of last year. It is an honour to speak on behalf of the 25,083 people who signed this petition, bringing to the attention of the House a critical issue. The number of people who have lost their lives on New South Wales roads has increased considerably, and drink driving continues to be a major factor in road crashes and deaths. Ensuring that we have highly visible policing on roads and significantly increased random breath testing, or RBT, rates is strongly endorsed by the NRMA. But RBT rates are down 36% from 2019, pre-pandemic. To achieve best practices and combat drink driving, the number of RBTs needs to be set at a minimum of 1.1 tests per licence holder per year. The petitioners now call on the government to attract and retain police to ensure that visible policing is increased and that RBT rates are increased. In 2020, Austroads recommended an establishment of 1.1 random breath tests per driver per year as best practice. Speaker, one of the most difficult duties as a police officer, and one which never gets easier to do over time, is delivering what police refer to as a deaf message. As a former police officer myself, I'm confident in saying that most police can identify with the feeling of anxiousness when knocking on the door of someone's home and delivering the tragic news to them that their loved one has died in a motor vehicle collision. Road trauma has a ripple effect that extends beyond victims and their families. Unfortunately, it's been well reported in recent times that the road toll has escalated noticeably on previous years. And why is this, you might ask? Police visibility has a clear impact on driving behaviour on our roads. I think almost everyone here would agree that on seeing a police vehicle, there's nothing to make you take your right foot off the accelerator and check your speedometer. It is clear that overt police presence has a positive impact on driver behaviour. So too does overt random breath testing. Other than detecting of drink drivers, this police function is also a strong deterrent. Unfortunately, high visibility policing and RBT are reliant on sufficient police resources to perform these functions to be effective. Of concern, in 2023, the ratio of police officers to population in New South Wales dropped to 20 officers per 10,000 population, the lowest it's been in the past 21 years. I accept that there have been challenges in police recruitment, which was an issue which predated this government, and I commend the Minister for Police for incentivising police recruitment, which we all hope addresses policing shortages. Retention of police is equally important and historically something that's been overlooked and not properly addressed. However, with increasing responsibilities being placed on police and with a decreasing relatively number among their ranks, it is no doubt impacted on the frequency of RBT and the ability to perform overt policing practices. Speaker, the RBT data I've obtained shows the rate of annual random breath tests per New South Wales licence holder has slipped from 1.07 in 2019, followed by 0.5 in 2020, 0.48 in 2020-21. Post-COVID stats did not significantly rebound, with just 0.65 tests per licence holder in 2022. RBT data recently supplied by the Minister for Police in written response to this petition was that 3.5 million tests were conducted in 2023, which unfortunately maintains an acceptably low rate of approximately 6 for the 6 million licence holders in New South Wales, and well below the 1.1 threshold for best practice established by Austroads. I now turn to alcohol-related fatalities. In 2023, an estimate 57 people where alcohol was involved were killed. 48 of these deaths were in the regions, with 36 people killed in 2022 where alcohol was involved in the crash. This represents a fatality increase of 58% in 2023 over 2022 figures. For the 12 months ending June 2023, there were 274 serious injuries where alcohol was involved in the crash. From January 1, 2024 to the end of February 2024, 2 people have been killed where alcohol was involved in the crash. These statistics will be significantly impacted by the alcohol-related data lag. They're more than numbers. These are people's lives, and they want people to return safely from their drive home, not police officers knocking on doors to deliver tragic news.
I thank the member for Orange, and as always, we thank you for your service in blue. I call the member for Mount Druitt.
Speaker, I thank the very passionate member for Orange for bringing this petition to the House, and I acknowledge the presence of the Police Minister in the chamber. The member for Orange, being a former police officer, knows very well the importance of road safety. Road safety is something that impacts the whole community in one way or another, and it is good to see that it's being recognised in this place today. I acknowledge the impact that the loss of lives and serious injuries can have, not only on families and communities, but on our first responders who attend fatal and serious injury collisions. The New South Wales Police Force do a fantastic job in keeping our community safe. They're out there 24/7 maintaining an active and visible presence on our roads and engaging with road users across the full breadth of policing responsibilities. The New South Wales Police Force address a wide range of road safety issues, including speeding, driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol, driving while fatigued and distracted, not driving to the road conditions, and not wearing a seatbelt. The New South Wales Police Force road safety strategy focuses on 4 key areas, which include safe speeds, safe roads, safe vehicles, and safe people. As part of the safe speeds focus, police are maintaining a highly visible presence and conducting enforcement activities focusing on locations and individuals where police know risk is increased. Police are also focusing on repeat offenders, introducing vehicle and licence sanctions and undertaking targeted enforcement activities. The New South Wales Police Force advise that speed remains the prevailing and significant contributing factor to serious and fatal crashes on our roads. Last year, police detected a staggering 638,600 offences on our roads, the majority of which were speeding. According to the New South Wales Police Force data, speeding is the most significant behaviour factor contributing to fatalities on our roads, followed by illicit drugs and alcohol being the 3rd highest behavioural factor. Random breath tests are important tools for road policing, and they will always form part of the New South Wales road policing approach. On average, our police are conducting around 9,500 random breath tests every day. But RBTs are not a silver bullet. They are one of the many tools that police have available to them to tackle the concerning behaviours which are contributing to fatalities and serious injuries on our roads. The New South Wales Government is deeply committed to road safety, and we acknowledge we need to come at this complex issue from all angles. The New South Wales Labor Government has been active in introducing new road safety measures, including the expanded use of mobile fine detection cameras, and will this year begin enforcing the use of seatbelts. I want to share with you an example of some of the major road safety operations police are running across the state to target alcohol and drug driving. Last month, police shut down one of Sydney's biggest motorways to undertake a significant road safety operation, with RBTs blocking every exit of the M5 motorway and from Riversby to Menangle. From Friday the 9th of February to Saturday the 10th of February 2024, the New South Wales Police Force ran Operation NAP, targeting drug and alcohol driving offences and general road compliance across multiple commands. During this one-day operation, police conducted 22,279 random breath tests, which resulted in 87 people being charged with prescribed concentration of alcohol offences. Police also conducted 1,105 roadside drug tests resulting in 91 positive drug tests. There is no doubt that RBT saves lives and make our roads safer for all users. RBTs will always be an important and effective tool to reduce the road toll. I once again thank the member for Orange and the 25,083 petitioners for bringing this matter to the attention of the House. Thank you.
I thank the member and I call the member for Bathurst, but just before you start, we have the Honourable Katrina Hodgkinson in the chamber, former member for Cootamundra. Wonderful to see you again. All right, member for Bathurst.
Thank you, Speaker, and I welcome the former member for Cootamundra here to the Parliament of New South Wales as well, and to acknowledge that the current member for Cootamundra is also here. Could I also acknowledge those members of the NRMA that are sitting in the gallery here today? And I thank you, and I think on behalf of the people of New South Wales, thank you for the work that you have done in bringing this petition to this House to ensure that it is raised in an effective manner. I also want to begin by acknowledging all members of the New South Wales Police Force, and I want to thank them for the incredible service that they provide to this state, both day in and day out. It's been 42 years since random breath testing was introduced in New South Wales. The introduction of RBTs has changed the culture of Australians. No longer is it acceptable to have a few beers and then drive home. No longer is it acceptable to say to your mates, let's have one more for the road. Instead, Plan Bs have become the new norm. Since inception, the New South Wales Police have taken over 1 million drunk drivers off our roads, saving countless lives from tragedy. Even myself, when I was the former police minister, one of the highlights for me was to actually celebrate 40 years, or the 40th anniversary of RBTs here in New South Wales. Random breath testing has become a critical tool in detecting and deterring drink driving offences here in this state. We were one of the first jurisdictions in the world to see random breath testing taking place. The statistics speak for themselves. They have saved thousands of lives over that time. When we go back to the 1980s, we saw around 30% of fatalities on our roads occurring because people were drink driving. Today, that ratio has almost been halved, but recent data from the NRMA has shown that this ratio is still not low enough, and I think everybody in this place would agree with that. People are still making the reckless choice to get behind the wheel of a car after drinking, and as a result causing traumatic crashes that usually result in unnecessary loss of life. Despite its proven effectiveness, visible policing on the New South roads faces challenges, including resource constraints and staffing shortages. Ongoing adequate funding and support from the government is essential to address these challenges and to ensure that police officers are equipped to carry out their duties effectively. By investing in recruiting and retaining police officers, the government can enhance the visibility of policing on our roads and contribute to reducing drink driving incidents and fatalities. Recent statistics regarding road fatalities in New South Wales paints a concerning picture. Last year, we saw 351 deaths occur on our roads in New South Wales, almost one a day, up by 80 compared to the previous year. And this is a considerable increase, with drink driving emerging as a major contributing factor to road crashes and deaths. The NRMA's call for at least 1.111 RBT tests per licence holder per year is based off the idea that the more drivers see them set up on the side of the road testing drivers, the more likely they are not to risk drink driving. Given drink driving is one of the top 3 causes of fatalities and serious injuries on New South Wales roads, this may very well be a step in the right direction. RBTs and RDTs are crucial to finding the solution to combat drink and drug driving. I believe the New South Wales Police, including the Traffic and Highway Patrol Commands, are doing the best they can. They maintain a high visible presence on our main highways, neighbourhoods and our back roads all year round as well. as well as conducting blitzes and holiday operations to target drink and drug driving at busy times of the year, like long weekends and holiday seasons. Their message is simple: stop it or cop it. And it's bizarre to me that in 2024, people still think that it's okay to get behind the wheel of the car intoxicated. Reducing accidents also lies in taking responsibility for yourself, your family, passengers, and every other road user. The police will catch you, but what we really should be focusing on is a change in attitude and behaviour from all New South Wales drivers to not drive under the influence in the first place. Mr. Speaker, road safety is a shared responsibility. It requires concerted efforts from government, agencies, police and the community. The increasing number of lives lost on New South Wales roads and the prevalence of drink driving highlight the urgent need for more RBT and RDTs to occur. We know highly visible policing and increasing random testing rates will deter drink driving, prevent accidents and save lives. And this will ensure everyone gets to their destination safely.
I thank the member and Shadow Minister, and I call the member for South Coast.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I too acknowledge the impact that the loss of lives and serious injuries can have, not only on families and communities, but on our first responders who attend fatal and serious injury collisions. I thank the member for Orange for bringing this petition to the attention of the House and acknowledge the position of the NRMA. To reiterate previous comments, one life lost is one too many, and we all need to work together when it comes to road safety. The New South Wales Police Force do a fantastic job. They're out there 24/7 maintaining an active and visible presence on our roads and engaging with road users across the full breadth of policing responsibilities. To reiterate what the member for Mount Druitt said, the New South Wales Police Force are still conducting huge amounts of RBTs each year, both as part of targeted operations and through their general police duties. Last year, the New South Wales Police Force conducted over 3.5 million random breath tests and 160,000 roadside drug tests. This is a feature of the New South Wales Police Force, anytime, anywhere approach to policing people driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Random breath tests are an important tool for police, but they are just one of many tools available to police and their road safety partners. As you heard from the member for Mount Druitt, police are seeing a range of concerning issues on our roads, not just driving while under the influence of alcohol. Of course, our police will continue to respond to the spectrum of road safety issues, but we cannot lose sight of the responsibility that each road user has when they get behind the wheel of a car or on a motorbike. They have a responsibility to themselves, to their passengers, and to their fellow road users. The police are on our roads 24/7 doing intelligence-led targeted road safety operations, as well as general deterrence. But the simple reality is they can't be everywhere, which is why it is absolutely essential that road users take responsibility for their actions. Every road user has an obligation to themselves and also to their fellow road users to drive not just to speed, to not drive while under the influence of drugs or alcohol, and to drive to the road conditions, to wear a seatbelt and to take a break if they are fatigued or distracted. The New South Wales Government is acutely aware that we need to recruit and retain more police. The former government left us a police force 1,500 officers short when we took government. For years, we have seen too many police leaving the New South Wales Police Force, and it is no small task to fill this gap. In fact, in the South Coast, I have police stations that can no longer be manned. This is why, in October last year, the New South Wales Government made the historic announcement that from Class 362, which will commence in March 2024, student police officers will be paid to study while at the academy. And I can tell you that people of the South Coast are so happy about this, and I have young people that have left Year 12 signing up for that course. This announcement is already having a major impact, and with the application numbers more than doubling when compared to the same time last year. As a regional MP, road safety is really important to me. A third of the New South Wales population resides in regional areas, but just over 2/3 of the state's road fatalities take place in our regions, including urban centres in regional areas. The impact of road trauma on regional communities is profound. Every time I hear of an accident on the highway, it's who do I know that person? It impacts the community, and it also impacts the first responders that are showing up to these crashes. I want to give you an example of some of the major road safety operations people are running across the state to target alcohol and drug driving. The New South Wales Police Force Operation Katana was launched on the 1st of September 2023 to 30th of December 2023 to target speeding, drink and drug driving, mobile phone and other traffic offences in response to last year's road operation incidents. Operation Katana saw officers conduct more than 1,137,000 random breath tests, with 4,339 people charged with drink driving and 73,657 random drug tests, which returned 6,312 positive detections. Mr. Speaker, may I ask for a small extension of time?
I'm sorry, member, there's no extension.
Okay. I thank the member for Orange for bringing this to the House, and I recognise how important road safety is for our communities. Thank you.
Okay, I'm calling the member for Wakehurst.
Thank you, Speaker. And thank you to the NRMA for bringing this petition forward and making this happen. As a proud member for over 30 years now, I do declare an interest, but this is the kind of thing and the kind of advocacy I want to see from my membership and from my NRMA body. And so a sincere thank you for doing this, to the member for Orange for bringing this petition forward and taking courage of it. Look, I'll be really quick, because I think that one of our roles in this chamber is to lead, show leadership, work together, work across the floor and create solutions. And I sincerely believe, after talking to many police and local area commanders that I'm familiar with, there are some very simple solutions that we can very quickly work together with and create and put forward. And I offer an opportunity for the Minister to potentially, after this, when we get together, let's put a timeline of 12 months on this and get some stuff done, because it is a very serious issue. We know that RBT works. We know that it's a critical part of road safety. It's a key part of road safety and saving lives, and we need to make sure that we don't lose sight of that fact. So I'm offering the opportunity to work together on this, and let's just put a simple timeline on it, because there are some very simple solutions. And again, I can't thank enough the uniforms that do the work on behalf of this, the police that do the work on behalf of this, but the NRMA for putting the petition and highlighting this issue. As you can hear, we all take it seriously. We all know there are some solutions, and we all want to get on with it and fix it. So thank you, and again, thank you to the member for Orange for bringing this forward.
Thank you. I call the member for Swansea and Minister for Police to speak as Minister in reply.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to start by thanking all of the previous speakers for their contributions on this very serious matter to this debate. In particular, I would like to thank the member for Orange for bringing this petition to the attention of the House and recognise his first-hand experience on this issue, as he described himself as a former New South Wales police officer. No one would know better than most. He would know better than most that both the role of police when it comes to road safety, as well as the impact on that road trauma has on our police and first responders. I too would like to acknowledge the impact that the loss of lives and serious injury has on our communities and on our first responders. I acknowledge everyone who signed this petition. I know so many lives are touched by road trauma. As the Minister for Police and Counter-Terrorism, I can speak firsthand to the deep commitment across the New South Wales Government when it comes to road safety. I would like to acknowledge the leadership of the Minister for Roads, John Graham, and the Minister for Regional Transport and Roads, Jenny Aitchison. Much has already been said about the fantastic job the New South Wales Police Force do, but it would be remiss of me as the Minister for Police to not take this opportunity to thank the New South Wales Police Force for everything that they do on our roads and beyond. As you have already heard, the police are still conducting a significant volume of RBTs across New South Wales, employing an anywhere, anytime strategy. And as you have already heard, they are running significant operations right across the state, targeting the full spectrum of road safety issues, including speeding, drug and alcohol driving, heavy vehicles and vehicle safety. RBTs form an important part of the police's approach to road safety enforcement. But as driver behaviours evolve, ongoing research is required to ensure we keep pace with emerging trends and issues. I am very pleased that the New South Wales Police are working with Monash University to better understand what is happening on our roads. You heard earlier from the member for Mount Druitt and the fantastic Parliamentary Secretary for Police. I want to bring that to the House, that's for sure. About the police's approach to speeding, which police advise me is the most significant contributor to road safety. And of course we heard from the member for the South Coast, who is such a passionate advocate for her community, who spoke about the steps the New South Wales Government is taking to recruit and retain more police, in particular in our regional areas, which we know are really impacted by road trauma. We all have the same goal here. We want people to get home safely. We need to continue this conversation. My door is always open to those opposite and to the NRMA.
I thank the Minister, and now I call the mover of the debate, the mover of the petition, the member for Orange, to speak in reply.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank all the members that spoke, the member for Mount Druitt, the member for Bathurst, the member for South Coast, the member for Wakehurst, and the Minister for Police. And I'd also like to acknowledge there are a number of other speakers or members that would have liked to have spoken, but due to the standing orders in relation to petitions aren't. They are the member for Murray, the member for Wagga, who wanted me to indicate that he's been an NRMA member for 40 yeyears. I think he deserves a special badge. A member for Davidson, and the member for Castle Hill, who himself was a former police officer, and said that he was working back in 1980 when RBT first came out. I think it was George Petulio who introduced RBT, member for Liverpool. I was only 8 at the time, so I still remember. But RBT has come a long way in those 40-odd years, and so has the culture, in the cultural shift in our communities. But there's still a lot more to be done. And I'd like to thank the NRMA for their advocacy in this issue. When they approached me a couple of months ago in relation to looking at taking on this petition, I was only too happy to do this. It's an important issue affecting our communities. Too many people, in my view, are killed on our roads each and every year. As I think we heard from the member for Bathurst, nearly one a day last year, I think it was the road fatality, which is too many. And those of us who are regional members hear it all too often in our local communities, and it's disproportionately higher in the regions. And often it's someone that is known in the community, or is, if we don't know them, it's almost one degree of separation. Someone we do know knows them. So it is still, unfortunately, a prevalent issue. It is an issue we need to do more about. I commend the NRMA for bringing this initiative on and getting this petition up and getting the 20+ thousand signatures to debate this matter. And I appreciate all the members' contribution, and I commend the petition to the House.
I thank the member, and I thank all members. The question is that the House take note of the petition. All of that opinion say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it.